Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kerbal Space Program as played by Nelms. Today, we will be playing a career playthrough of the 1.7 build. No mods installed, just the Making History expansion. So, without further ado, let's get started. Now, we're going to be playing on career mode. Uh, sure, save the name is Bob. Flag NASA. I like it. Normal because I'm actually horrible at this game and don't want to challenge myself too much. So yeah, let's start. Overwrite that previous save. I had some recording issues, so went ahead and figured I'll just start over. Fix. I've got it. Yeah, first thing we need to do is we need science and money. Quickest way, obviously, to get science is to build a craft and to launch into space. So, Werner von Kerman. Okay, I know how to build rockets. That's a complete lie. I know how to build rockets in Kerbal Space Program. Let's see, command module. It's going to be, of course, Jeb. Have to have Jeb as the pilot. And we need some science on this. That's all the science we can get. And yes. Okay, so launch vehicle. Try to get enough science to go ahead and unlock some new parts by collecting science on the launch pad, which is exactly what we would do. So take a crew report there, Jeb. Keep that, that's important. Observe this goo container. Bam, got it. You do an EVA. Take that EVA report and go ahead and remove your helmet, Kurt. Jeb there. Yeah, look at him. Look at the little green guy. Isn't he so happy? He's doing science for all of Kerbenkind. Alright, board your craft and let's recover that puppy. Bam, and just like that, like 8 science. Six science. Can't do math, but that is enough to go ahead and unlock some R&D. So basic rocketry, we get the liquid fuel. And the hammer booster, we're going to need that. Antennas, I'm not too worried about those right now. We get a thermometer, which gives us more science. We're going to research that, because we can always use more science. And I completely forgot about mission control. So we will go ahead and collect this first contract and launch our first vessel. Orbit Kerbin. I think we can get 2 right now. Let's hold off on collecting either of these because we're not going to escape the atmosphere at this moment. Go back over here to the VAB and we will actually build our first vessel that's going to take flight. You know what? I like this base model so far, so we're going to keep it. Rename it to the Psi Shuttle 1. Alright. Now we're cooking with gas. Let's see. First thing, parachute. We want Jebediah here to survive this. Second thing is science. Go ahead and turn. Let's see, we do 2. Mostly they're just for the aerodynamic stabilization of things, because if we have one on one side and not one on the other side, it creates drag, and I don't want my rocket spinning out of control. It happens enough to me as is. I don't need to compound that. We don't have heat shields yet, it looks like. Nor drove chutes. Go ahead and throw these thermometers next to... Yep, there we go. And an engine. Let's use the fleet. It's the only one available to us. And there we go. We're ready for our first flight. Psi Shuttle 1. Let's launch. And in stereotypical Kerbin fashion, I have completely forgotten to check my stage. Never fear. I always remember on the launch pad. And while we're here, go ahead and get the science from the launch pad. Keep that experiment. And turn our SAS on. I forgot to put fins on this space bucket, but you know what? That's not important. We don't need that. Who needs fins? Um, Things are going good. Go ahead and observe the goo container. Keep that. Jebediah, you do a crew report. Keep that. How fast are we moving? When we get to the peak of this, I'm going to attempt to do an EVA and grab that sweet, sweet EVA report. We will see how this goes, though. I gotta be quick. Wait for it. Wait for it. EVA Jeb. He can't do it. Never mind. Oh well, I thought I was going to be smart. Did we log a temperature from this height? We did not keep that. And now we just wait till we gently float back to the surface of Kerbin here. Hopefully not landing on the vehicle assembly building. As we do so. Look at the mountains over there. What a nice view. You're a really lucky guy there, Jeb. Really lucky. I should have probably waited to eject that, because now we're gonna take forever to float back down to Kerbin. But it happens. Or maybe not. We're still falling kinda fast. Jeb, too bad you can't EVA, because I think you need the bell right about now. Oh, thank goodness. Come on, slow down. Okay, not bad for a first flight. We made it. Would have been cool if we landed in the water. Could have got that science, but I think we can still get science from over here too, which is always a plus. The more science, the better. Go ahead and physics warp and cut it just before landing. It's always a bad idea to physics warp while parachuting in, because if you forget to cut it off and you hit the ground, well, things get weird. And yes, we'll take that science too. Log this temperature data. No, don't override that. Log this one up. Oh, those are full. But, crew report. I already got one. EVA. There we go. EVA report. Keep that experiment. And get back in there, little guy. Recover our vessel. Not bad. 40 science on the first run. I'll take it. And funds. Always a plus. Can't run the Space Center without the monies. So let's go back to Mission Control and see what contracts we have, because we need those for more money in science. Let's see. Observational surveys. I'm god awful at, and I can't do. So I'm just not going to do those. Heat shield over flight. Booster in flight. Also, the in-flight ones are also super tricky for me, because they give you very specific parameters you have to meet, and they're really hard and just not worth the time. So you know what? We're just going to escape the atmosphere, because we have enough science to buy the parts to do so. Come back over here to R&D. Basic rocketry. We need that, and we're going to need bigger fuel tanks, which isn't here yet. But the thumper, with enough thumpers, anything is possible. So research that. We still have 15 science. Survivability, if we're leaving the atmosphere, is going to be very important. So we're going to go ahead and research survivability. We also get more science equipment. God, I love it. Research that. Leave facility. And now we're going to build our new Psi vessel. So you were good to us, Psi Shuttle 1, but we need to make Psi Shuttle 2. So save you and start anew. One thing I forgot to do was to remove all of the mono propellant. We don't need that at this moment. Find a utility throw-up parachute on there. This time, attach our heat shield. Can we decouple yet? I don't know if yes, we can. Alright. And we have drogue chutes, my favorite for keeping Jebediah from exploding. Engines. We could go ahead and start building liquid rockets. You know what? How many parts can we support right now? 30 parts with a mass of 18 tons. I'm thinking we do a liquid rocket. Oops, not there. Liquid rocket upper stage with a solid rocket lower stage. Where's my engines? So we will use the swivel, so we have some type of vectoring control in that upper atmosphere of Kerbal. And if we so happen to make it into space, in the vacuum of space. The Thumper. Yes. Isn't she beautiful? Aerodynamic, basic fins. And not sure how well these are gonna help, but let's just slap a ton of these beauties on there. Actually, you know what? Let's only do 4 down here. That looks wonky. Yes, 4 right there. And we'll throw 4 on this upper stage here so that it has some type of stabilization when we get done with this. And you know what? Let's control our thrust limiter here. I don't think we're going to need 100%. Drop that down to 50. I'm not so sure about that, but we'll see. And as always, we need to check our staging. I'm glad I remembered this time. So bottom rocket, detach. Yes. Start this engine. We're going to do those at the same time. Then detaching parachutes. Alright, all that's left is to slap some science on this puppy. So of course we're going to need not 4 thermometers. That's too many. Can't afford that many parts. 2 thermometers. 2 of these because we can't do crew reports yet anyway, so it doesn't matter if he can't get out of his hatch. And 2 more goo containers. We're going high, gents. Ladies and gents. People. Individuals. Anyways, untitled spacecraft, that's no good. Psi Shuttle 2, you shall be. And launch. I see no reason not to. I just love loading screens, don't you? Alright, here we go. This. That's great. Isn't she beautiful? Well, Jeb, let's hope you survive this. And launch. Alright, well, Murphy's Law struck. Anything that can't go wrong will go wrong. Apparently, the thrust limiter was a terrible idea. So, let's recover this vessel and try that again. Yep, okay, recovered parts, got no reputation. Back into the VAB we go, and let's just, bring you back up all the way. Well, why not? Alright, round 2. Start. Or not. There we go. SAS control is on, though you won't be able to do much until you get rid of this first stage there, Jeb. But here we go. And yes, we have liftoff. I forgot to check the atmospheric pressure down there, but we could get that another time. Moving right along, losing lots of fuel. Let's see if we can Now, you can't tilt at all yet, as I expected. We should make suborbital flight with this rocket, though, which should give us a decent amount of science. Go ahead and log that pressure data. Keep that. We don't need that. Detach our lower stage. Oh, noes! What? Oh, man, I'm stupid. Okay. That was a failure. So, I forgot that my thrust here wasn't on, and I was wondering what was happening with that. Normally, it's about right there. And instead, I started going through the stages. We totally would have made a suborbital flight had I not messed that up. Dumb. That was dumb. Okay, I'm just gonna revert flight here. Yeah. Revert to launch. Yeah, that was a test run. Yep. Alright, round 2. Let's go, you know what, let's go ahead and throttle that engine up. I'm not sure why the default on that was all the way down. That's usually never like that. Unless they change something in this new update. But here we go again. Oh, I hope this booster doesn't land on anything down here important. Like, you know, the tracking station, the VAB, spaceplane hangar, mission control. Oh, also, if you don't know, that each one of these little segments here is its own little biome, so you can build a space car, or sidecar, as you will. If you will. I don't know how that phrase goes. But anyways, you could build a space car and visit each one of these and collect all of the science that each one of those has to offer. I'm not going to do that until much later when we have all the science things unlocked. And there we go. Now we have vectoring control as well. Oh, Jeb, don't tilt that far. Let's see, our apoapsis is at 27 and rising. That's what we want. Not trying to circularize. We won't circularize, not with this tiny rocket. Just trying to get above 70,000 kilometers, I think, is into space, which we will definitely make by a lot. So, look at the little guy go. I'm really see, in this new update they added the orbital information over here, so you can actually play way more efficiently without mods than you used to be able to. Wow, I should definitely start tilting over. So I may have made this rocket just a little bit too efficient, because this apoapsis is getting pretty nuts here, which puts poor little Jebediah smacking the atmosphere pretty hard on his way back down. But let's just hope the little dude survives. I'm not going to detach my tanks here. We will use that to help slow down. So for now, observe the mystery view. Keep you for sure. Log pressure data, keep that. Do a crew report, keep that. Can't EVA yet because I haven't upgraded the R&D department. Oh well. Thermometers, I almost forgot about those. Log temperature data, keep that. And now we wait for eternity. Oh wow. We almost circularized. I can get into orbit using that rocket. Alright. Now we know. I'm not waiting that long. So let's speed things up a bit with a time warp. Or physics warp, whichever one you choose to call it. Whee! And yep, we're about to smack into the atmosphere. Turn your lights on, Jet. Although you're not getting much of a view out of that window. Little guy, do okay in there? At least he looks excited. Yep. That's what I was waiting on. Okay, let's try to angle it with the butt of the rocket taking most of the heat. And no, don't explode. Spin. Spin everything. Yeah, we need to detach from that. Okay. The goo containers might not make it back. They stick out pretty far, and that's them overheating right now. We are just slamming into the atmosphere here. I hope our parachutes survive. That's always a concern. If these things go, everything else is going to start just randomly exploding, and, well, Jeb's not your uncle anymore because Jeb's dead. Okay, that part's over. Great. Let's observe our goo container because, why not? Nope. Oh, we do have another one of these, so let's log that. Keep that experiment. I already did a crew report. Let's go ahead and initiate our drogue chutes to start slowing down to a reasonable speed. I still didn't fully do my staging right. Drogue chutes first, then your main parachute. Duh. At least that's the way I like to do things. And go ahead and drop that main parachute and do a physics warp until we get close to the ground. All in all, if I can land this thing without completely obliterating Jeb due to weird physics and physics warp, I would say that's a pretty good first mission. Or third attempt at a first mission. However you choose to look at it. And Jesus. Sometimes I put too many parachutes on my craft, and it takes an eternity for them to actually make it back to the ground. But everyone survived, which is the only thing I really care about. And science. Gentle, soft landings. And with that, I bring you Size Shuttle 1 back on Kerbin. Touchdown. Jeb survived. And we collected a lot of science. So, I said in the beginning I wouldn't need the EVA, and I'm dumb. That was stupid. But we'll recover the special videos. We'll get that science later. It's not going anywhere. But we are. 68 science. That's what I like to see. His reputation's gone up. I don't know why I went to the vet. We need to go to the R&D department. Research and development. Go ahead and we want some stability. Yes, we do. So get some stability. Now, this is the tricky part. Advanced rocketry. The Terrier liquid fuel, we'll need that when we start trying to go to the moon for sure. General construction. Struts are always good. Aviation, I'm not worried about aviation right now. Flight control. Reaction wheels are a necessity. But if we get basic science, we get our first Probodobodine core, the Stay Putnik, and we get batteries. This is the part of Kerbal Space Program I find the hardest, is making wise decisions with my science. So you know what? I can get more science with the Science Junior. So we're going to go with that. And then the next one I think we'll do is flight control or advanced rocketry. It's between those two. But for now, wow. Astronaut complex for EVA. Surface samples. Oh, duh. So we're going to upgrade our astronaut complex so that we can actually make Jebediah do EVAs in space and collect those samples. How much money do we have? 50,000. And how much is it for the VAB? That's a lot of moolah. Oh man, I forgot to do the administrative building. Okay. We do fundraising campaign. Funds. I think we want to do science. That's a lot. Yeah, that's a way too much money. Takes 5% reputation gains and yields 1 science. You know what? Yeah, we will do that one. Confirmation needed? Yes. So for each 5% of our reputation here, we're going to be getting science. I don't care about our reputation, so that seems right. And we need money, and we need science. So let's build ourselves another rocket after we go back to mission control. I really got to stop hitting these buttons and not thinking things through. Orbit Kerbin. Do I have any active right now? No, do not. You know what? We will do Orbit Kerbin because I am confident we can pull that one off. So accept that contract. Alright, leave facility. You know, we're going to use the science shuttle again to do this contract. With a modification. Well, breaking the science junior down would be difficult. We will put better winglets on this thing. We'll leave the small winglets up there and put big winglets on the bottom because, you know, that's just how things should be. Hopefully it doesn't corkscrew off into oblivion. Don't need batteries, not too worried about the antenna. Would like to get the science junior science, but, you know, can't always get what you want. We need to finish this contract because we need money to upgrade our buildings. So that's priority at the moment now, is money over science. And launch this vessel. Alright, SAS. Let's go ahead and readjust our staging because I forgot to do that. Make sure our throttle is turned up on our secondary engineer. There we go, that's turned up. And collect the science at the launch pad that we haven't collected yet. Like, have we? Okay, we did that. But pressure data, we need that. There we go. 3 more science already. And without further ado, sending you off into space again, Jeb. This time, circular rising. I wish we had more control of our rocket right now, because normally at about 150 meters per second we would tip to the right. Can't tell my directions. For a more efficient burn using Kerbin's gravity to our advantage and a gravity assist to get into orbit, but I'm not very good at those anyways, so my entire method to rocketry is throw the rocket at the sky and hope I don't come back down. But 45 degrees here already will be good. Our apoapsis is rising. Jebediah is not a good enough pilot to lock prograde yet. Otherwise, I would. So he would stay right here until our apoapsis is high enough. And then basically we just turn right and fly around the planet. I just realized I might have enough to circularize, but I might not have enough to bring him back down. Ooh, we are wasting Delta V. Go ahead and cut our burn down just a little bit until we can get out of the atmosphere. Actually, I can kill the engine. Oh, that's not the kill button. Kill our engines till we get up high enough to... Ooh, we're not going to have enough fuel to circularize. Yeah, definitely not. Let's see what happens though. Let's see. I like this little fuel button over here. That helps me out a lot. Yeah, I might as well just go ahead and burn it all because even if we did get even if we did circularize, we would not have enough to get Jebediah back to the planet, which would be bad. And I really can't launch a rescue mission right now to save poor old Jebediah. So we're just going to finish this mission off, get some science from over there, and build another craft that's going to get us into orbit, because we're Kerbals, and that's what we do. Time warp. Actually, physics warp until we get into a... Uh-oh. Yep. And, yeah, thank God it slowed down on its own. Okay, I was about to panic because we were about to hit the ground too fast. But this time, should have an easier time getting into the atmosphere. Ooh. Crew report, duh. And you know what? EVA. Ah, your hatch is obstructed. I'm stupid. I really gotta move that thing. I don't know why I didn't move that last time. Let's log the pressure data. And I think we've already got the goo. But... no, we haven't. Keep that experiment too. Okay. My apologies for that. Log temperature. Keep that science. There we go. And go ahead and try to straighten this up as much as possible. The fins still help us with that, and we use our rocket body to slow down before we have to pray to the thermodynamic gods to not burn our rocket up in the atmosphere. Oh. Keep it going. Keep it going. Spin. Keep spinning. Oh man. Yeah, this isn't good. The engine's heating up. We need to shed this thing. That disaster. Yep, that was almost us. Oh, that's great. I love this. I love the explosions in this game. That's just great. Man, that thing's out there. I should probably stop paying attention to the debris and start paying more attention to our re-entry here. There's the mud over there real quick. We will reach that one day. Just not today. And boom. Way, way better re-entry than that first go around. Those are drug chutes. I don't need another stage. Get rid of that one. And yes, we can afford to open those a little bit later, but we need ground level. That's another thing they updated in here apparently, is you can now switch between sea and ground level. Before, when you were above a mountain, you had to guess whether you were going to smash into it or not, which I was always terrible at. So I had a lot of times where I just ran into mountains at ridiculous speeds. Many lost Kerbals. Now we should probably launch our drogue chutes. Just to be on the safe side. Honestly, we probably don't even need the drogue chutes for this. Ooh. And that's the rest of our debris hitting. I don't like hearing random explosions in this game because, well, they tend to happen too often. Go ahead and speed things up a bit. We're moving so slow right now, I'm not even going to worry about opening the main chute until we're way closer to the ground, which should be here in a few moments. Like now. Yep. And we have touchdown here soon. Bam! Okay, he survived, thank God. So, grab that. Oh, don't grab it from there. Go ahead and let's grab this goo, because I think we're on a mountain. Log the pressure data. Okay, they're both logged. Observe the mystery goo. From Kerbin's Highlands. And temperature data. I've already. Not from that one. Could be overwriting our science here. Log that temperature data and recover vessel. See, even a complete failure, still we got some science out of it, so not too shabby. As long as we're moving, well, up and down, because we're rockets and we need to go into space and back. Oh, that was stupid. That was a stupid joke. Got more science. What can we unlock now? So, advanced rocketry or flight control. I think I'll do flight control. Because we need to be able to control our... With these winglets, we can actually control our vector rate sooner. So, yes, I'm getting that. Well, anyways, without further ado, I think I'm going to cut it here. Stay tuned for more Kerbal Space Program. If you enjoyed this episode, I will be making more. This is career playthrough number 1. And the first time I put this much effort into a stream, so... or recording. I'm new at this, so please bear with me. I know I'm making a lot of mistakes. Anyways, without further ado, you have a good night. Goodbye.